Hello and greetings, Mr. Pavi. So I am Denise and I have Nabila and Wafaa with me today. So for today, we are conducting this interview as part of our Entrepreneur Class project. We would like to thank you for taking the time to speak to us about your motivation and or barriers to start an enterprise after graduating. Entrepreneurship can be defined as the act of starting and running your own business or a tendency to be creative and wish to work for yourself and your own ventures. These activities may include sales, marketing, finance, accounting, customer service, identifying and expliciting new products, processes or markets, and etc. So for now, thank you for joining us. We are so honored to have you today with us, Mr. Pavi. And now I would like to pass to Nabila for the interview. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Mr. Pavi. I'm Nabila, or you can call me Amirah. Okay, so firstly, I would like to thank you for joining us today and making your time for us. And so I will proceed to the questions. Okay, would you please tell us about yourself, your education, and your work experience, or such as your internship during your diploma, if you have any?
I do. Okay, so basically, I'm going to start with the basics first. My name is Pavi. I'm 23 years old. I turned 23 a few months ago, and I'm actually a diploma holder in culinary arts. So I did my diploma 2 years ago. Actually, I've only finished the end of 2019. It was quite late. I had some issues with my diploma. So basically, I did my internship in Ritz-Carlton Langkawi in the kitchen department, but then it didn't go so well for me because I have health issues. So I can't actually work in the kitchen for a very long time, because if you work in a hotel, you have to do long hours. You don't have a choice. But it was too torturing to my health. For my health. So I had to leave that internship, and then my college gave me an opportunity to do my internship in the HR department, which was something new for me. But then once I finished my internship in HR, they gave me an opportunity to continue my career there, but I didn't want to. Even though the pay was good, the benefits were good for my insurance, for my family and everything, but then I didn't take the opportunity because I always wanted to cook. I don't want to be in an office in front of a computer. That's just not my thing. So I started. I have a business called Pablo's Kitchen. It's a home run business for now. I'm planning to expand soon once this MCO is over. So I started my business last year August when it was, I think, the phase 2 of MCO. So I started my business last year August. So it's a home run business where I do everything by myself. And the reason why I started this business is because as I told you just now, I have a pretty chronic illness. It's called arthritis. I don't know if any of you heard of it. So basically, arthritis only happens to people at an old age. But then I got it when I was 18. So it's quite hard for me to work in a kitchen. So I thought, why not? Let me just work for myself. Why not work in my own kitchen? So that's why I started this. So that's why I started Pablo's Kitchen. So I'm going 1 year strong now. So far, the business has been really good, especially the past few months because of the MCO. I think I'm the only one who's glad that there is an MCO happening, because it actually helps my business a lot. People can't go out and eat, so they want good food. They order my food because they can't go out and eat. So yeah, that's the state of my business as we speak right now.
Thank you for your honest answer. Now, Miss Wafaa.
Okay, so hi, Pavi. I would like to ask you.
No.
How do you think education and work experience will shape your attitude to start this business?
Okay, so education is of course very important. You can learn based on my business. You can learn to cook from YouTube. You can learn to cook from Google or online or whatever. But it's not going to be the same when you actually studied it in college. It's not the same, because on YouTube you can learn how to make a simple dish, but then you don't know how to calculate the cost. You won't know how much money you're making. You won't know how much money you're losing, because anybody can just buy a whole chicken and just sell it. But then only one with proper education in this field knows how to make use of the whole chicken. Like if I don't have a diploma in culinary arts and I've got no education based on what I'm doing now, I won't be making much profit much profit if I have no education, because I won't know how to fully use a chicken. Like people would just use maybe just the breast part and then the thigh part, and then they just throw away the bones. But then with the bones you can make many things. I use the bones to make a stock, to make chicken stock. So I don't waste any part of the chicken. So you can't get that from Google. You don't learn all that from Google. And then also accounting is very important in a business. So the way I roll my money is I was taught by my lecturer to always do I forgot what is it called, but so basically if you spend a certain amount of money on something and you want to make more out of it, you have to sell it back for the amount you bought it for. So just say now it cost me 5 ringgit to make a dish that I'm selling, right? I have to sell it for 10. So that's how I make back the 5 ringgit. Yeah, so that's how it works. So without education, it's actually very, very hard to run a business unless you're taught unless you inherited the business from your dad or your granddad or whatever, then it's easy. But then I never inherited anything. So I started this, and I can tell you, without education, I won't be a successful like home business owner. Yeah. So education is very, very important.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next I will pass to Miss Bella.
Very good answer. Okay, so next question is, any of your parents, relative or close friends involved in business activity?
Any of my parents or relatives? Okay. My dad is in the business department, but he doesn't own a business. He works for a company and he's running the business for them. So it's not his business, but he does teach me a lot of things on how to always grow your money and always save your money and how important saving is. So I can tell you that the stuff that my dad teaches me is actually helping me out a lot with my business. Yeah, so only my dad. None of my other relatives that I know of are into business.
Okay. Next is, what would be your motivation to start a business?
My motivation to start my business, basically, it's a true story. I wasn't the first one, of course. I'm not the first one to start a home run business, right, during the MCO. So when I saw the type of food that people were selling, I felt a bit ashamed, because certain dishes that they sell just doesn't look appetizing, and they are selling it for a very expensive price, and I think it just doesn't make sense. So what motivated me was making a quality dish with quality ingredients, not cheap ingredients, like quality ingredients, but selling it for a cheap price and giving people what they're paying for. So that really motivated me, seeing other people do it in a very wrong way, I would say. I mean, there is no right or wrong way, but if you're a chef, you know what is right and what is wrong, because I'm into food like for many, many years in the food industry. So I know what is right and I know what is wrong. So when I see those people not really doing it properly, I would say not really doing it properly, yeah. So I felt kind of ashamed, so I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to show them how it's done. That really motivated me, yeah.
Okay, so like on your motivation on how people sell their food and what kind of food they are selling, like it actually triggered you, right, to start this business. And can you actually describe to us or outline your typical day on maybe running this business? Like
my typical day running this business?
Yeah, just describe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you about today, because today has been one of the busiest days in my business for the past few weeks. Today has been the busiest. So what I do is I wake up early in the morning at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. First thing I do is I go to the market. So I get fresh ingredients every day. So I don't keep onions for more than 3 days. I don't keep garlic for more than 3 days. I don't keep chicken for more than 3 days. So I tend to get it every day. So basically, if I have this certain amount of orders for lunch, so I will refer to the amount of orders and I'll just go to the market. I'll just buy for that orders and buy a little bit extra, because sometimes people order last minute, right? And my food, I would say my food is quite premium. So you have to order 1 day before. That's how you get it. Yeah, most people are always late, so they don't get it. They try the next day. So yeah. I wake up in the morning, I get my ingredients, and I come back home. I prep to cook. So once I done my prep, I have my breakfast, and then I start cooking. So I start cooking by myself without help. My mom just helps close the Tupperware, close the food boxes for me. That's all sometimes. And then so once I'm done cooking, I'll have a shower, I'll have my lunch, and then I'm out delivering. So today I delivered a lot of boxes of food. So today for lunch I sold around 68 boxes just for lunch. So I couldn't deliver everything by myself. So I got a help from my friend who's working for Grab Food and for Food Panda. So they helped me deliver to certain places and I delivered to the ones further away basically. So after that, I was done delivering. I came back home at around 4 p.m. So I went out to deliver at 1, close to 1. I only came back at 4. So once I came back at 4, I couldn't rest. I didn't rest properly at all the whole day. It was a very tiring day. So I came back home at 4, and then at 4:30 I have to cook my dinner order. So today I did dinner as well. Normally I just do lunch because it's very tiring and I get a lot of orders every day. So I planned to do dinner as well today. So when I opened my orders for dinner, the orders came in so fast, like I just wanted to take them all. So I took them off, and then I started cooking at 4:30. I finished at 6:30 because that was like around 40 to 50 orders just for dinner. So I cooked for almost 2.5 hours. So I was cooking for almost 2.5 hours. So once I'm done, today I delivered everything by myself. So I went out to deliver at around 7 o'clock. Since the orders were all nearby, so I didn't use my Grab Food friends or Food Panda friends. I just delivered everything by myself. So I started delivering at around 7, and then I just finished just now, right before I entered this call. Yeah, so that's my busiest day of business.
Wow, it's so cool. It's like everything.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that
Thank
you're
you.
getting so much orders today as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll pass it to Wafaa now.
Okay, so how do you generate new idea for your business?
Okay, new ideas for my business. Okay, so I'll just give you an example of what I just started. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you guys have eaten salted egg yolk pastas before, right? And based on my experience, the ones that I tried were not, I'm going to use a Malaysian term, okay? They're not that cow. It's not that cow. It's just very bland and all you can taste is just salted egg. I mean, I know it's salted egg yolk pasta, but you have to taste more things than just salted egg. Like salted egg is very strong. So I tried ordering one from another home business and I didn't like it. So that gave me a type of, that triggered me to start selling salted egg yolk pasta. So I released it last week. And it's doing very, very well until now. So that's how I generate new ideas. I see what people do and I try doing better than them. That's how I get new ideas.
Okay, then next I will pass to Denise.
Alright. So one last final question for you, Mr. Pavi. So
Yep.
What is your greatest fear and how do you manage the fear when you start a business, especially at the beginning when you first started? Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
What is your greatest fear and how do you manage the fear when you start a business?
Okay. So my greatest fear when I started my business was I had a lot of what ifs in my mind, like what if I don't make this much money? What if I don't get orders today? What if I don't get orders tomorrow? So this was running in my mind for quite a long time. Like I can't tell you that I didn't have the fear. I still have the fear until today. So how I manage my fear is every time I think like what if I don't get orders tomorrow? The orders come in. And then I do it again the next day. I'm like, what if orders don't come in tomorrow? Like, how am I going to make money? And the orders come in again tomorrow. So how I manage this is I keep telling myself that your food is good, like my food is good. And people have told me my food is good. Like a lot of people have told me my food is good. So far, I have never gotten any bad reviews yet. The only bad review I've gotten is bad timing. Like sometimes I'm late. Most of the time I'm late. But then nevertheless, my food has been getting really, really good reviews. So how I manage my fear is I keep telling myself that I sell good food. So I'm never going to run out of customers. They keep coming back. Yeah. So basically, it took me time. It took me time to understand my customers that they actually do come back. So that gave me like proper motivation to manage my fear. Yeah.
That's so good. Like very encouraging, especially for those, I believe, especially for those who are, just starting their business. I guess this is, keep telling yourself, giving confidence. Being confident is one of the keys, like what you have mentioned. Right? And yeah, that's basically the entire interview. That's all of our questions. And we want to thank you once again and appreciate your time, your sharing. It's very worth it. It's very, very good. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pavi.
Okay, thank you.